What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back. Just wanted to make this message quick. As we enter this weekend, let's focus on feeding the spirit and not the desires of the flesh. Let's focus on protecting our eye gates, protecting our ear gates, and focusing on what our spirit needs. Not what our flesh wants. I often say it's hard out here. I often say it's tough out here. Because it is. What I see a lot in my neighborhood, at least, in my community, and kind of in the South Bronx, as a whole. I can't speak on, many other people's neighborhoods, but I'm just talking about my own, right? My own community, is that a lot of young men, after they get to a certain age, after like 22 or 23, 21, 22, 23, for sure 25 and up, I see like that a lot of young men gradually taper off. And especially when it comes to young black men, especially, I see a lot of us are, and again, I'm not judging people. I'm not better than anybody that walks this earth, but I'm saying this to say what I observe, that a lot of us, are either dealing drugs or scamming or posted up on the block, kind of just like not really doing nothing all day. Or like we're hurt, we're injured, or we're kind of like bugged out in the head, in the mind a little bit. You see a lot of, young brothers, who are kind of just like tripping a little bit, like, you see like a lot of young brothers, freaking idiots, man. You got idiots driving giant freaking motorcycles on the street, man. It's so disrespectful. But yeah, or you just kind of see them wandering around lost all day, like they don't really have anything to do. And that's just my observation within my community. I'm not saying that's like that for everybody. And I'm certainly not saying I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. But I'm stating my observation, and it's just, I'm saying that to say that when I say it's hard out here, like I really mean that. Like, I'm not just saying that, because it was just another tough day. Like, I'm saying that because there's standards, and there is a culture out here that just makes it for a very low quality of living. That's what I'm saying. And this is my observation, just being a young brother out here walking these streets. I'm 26 years old. I'll be 27 years old, which is a beautiful thing, because it's just like, wow, like, okay, I'm approaching my late 20s now, and I'm coming into manhood. I'm coming into full adulthood, and I think about these things. It's like, wow, like I'm one of the brothers out here that really has their head on straight, and that is really, it's like, wow, like what did he do? Like, I sometimes take a step outside of my shoes and look at myself and like, wow, like who is that brother, like right there? Like, who's that brother with the brown shirt on and the twist in his hair? Like, who is that? Like, wearing the jeans and some white kicks, like, like, I'm not outside sagging my pants. I'm not outside doing the things that these other brothers are doing. And it's just like, yo, like, what did he do to keep his mind? What does he do to keep his mind righteous? What does he do to keep his mind sharp? How is he able to walk with his back straight and tall up like this, grow out a full beard? Why does he look disciplined? And I would see young dudes like me, like, as I grew up, and I would always wonder the same things too. Like, wow, like, who is this young brother, like this, good looking brother who's, walking with a suit on, standing up straight, back straight, who is this young brother? Like, what does he do? You know, I was always looking for an older brother figure when I was a kid because, you know, I was the oldest. And sometimes being the oldest comes with a lot of pressure. And so, like, as a way to relieve that pressure, I would sometimes, like, pretend in my head, like, imagine that I had, like, an older brother. And, you know, it would kind of, like, relieve me in that way sometimes. But, you know, now I am the older brother. Now I am the big brother. Not only to, you know, my family, but to my community. I'm an older brother. I'm a big bro now. I'm a big bro. And so, you know, I just think about these things. You know, I'll be in Uber sometimes, or I'll just be walking around my neighborhood, and I observe. I'm very, very observant. You know, New York City is one of the best places to be observant because you'll notice so many cultures and trends and patterns and things that you'll see. You know, I was on a bus earlier today and this guy was just shouting obscenities, and, you know, you could tell he wasn't up here. He was probably drunk as well. And he was just yelling all these obscene things for no reason. Nobody was even talking to this brother. And then the bus driver even had to say, hey, you gotta be quiet, man, or you're gonna have to get off the bus. But of course he didn't listen. He kept shouting obscenities. And then you got these two, you know, young dudes, these teen-looking dudes, crushing up weed back behind me on the bus, and then starts yelling at the guy, trying to be funny, like, shut the F up. And the guy is just yelling back at them. And then you got the girl next to me. Like, I'll be honest, I kind of sat next to the girl because I thought she needed protection and safety. Like, I wanted to feel like, you know, all right, I'm an upstanding man. Let me sit next to the woman so she feels somewhat safe, right? But boy, was I in over my head. And I wasn't trying to, like, hit on her or talk to her or anything. But, you know, as a man, that's part of my responsibility to protect women. Priest, provider, protector, right? But boy, was I in over my head because she's just getting off at all of this. She's getting off at the debauchery on the bus. She's just laughing her tail off, and, like, almost feeding into it and contributing to it. And, like, I'm like, ma'am, don't feed these YNs on the back of the bus right now. Don't feed them. Like, they're telling this dude to shut the F up. What if this dude gets violent with them? Then what? Like, come on. Like, we got to just be better as a people is what I'm saying. And so that's why I made that video, you know, about a week or two ago, 8 habits that I use to stay mentally strong, you know, because out here in an environment like this, you have to be mentally strong, right? Because there's so many distractions to not keep you mentally strong. And this is why I don't like when people try to tell me about my community, right? Like, I got into it with a bunch of people on social media like a month or two ago at the start of the summer because they're trying to tell me that they don't think Eric Adams is good for my city, right? But you don't live in my city, so your voice is kind of dismissed, if I'm being honest. You don't live here in the South Bronx. You don't even live in the 5 boroughs. Some of those people don't even live in New York State, and they have the audacity to tell me that Eric Adams putting more police on the corner is a bad thing, and this, that, and the third, and he did this and that. Like, no, he hasn't. Who cares? He's getting the rats off the streets. He's keeping the community safer. And, you know, I like him for more reasons than that, but those are the 2 that come to my head, you know. But this is not a rant about Eric Adams. What I'm saying is, right, it's very hard as it is in these communities already. All we have are liquor stores, pharmacies, right, chicken spots, and project buildings, as you can see, right? This is where I live, you know. This is where I'm from, you know. So I think it's just, it doesn't make any sense, and it's kind of disrespectful when people try to tell me how to live in my city and try to tell me what's best for my city, because you don't know. You haven't grown up here. You haven't even spent a full 24 hours here, if that. try a week here, right? And so I'm saying all this to say, again, right? Habits, we have to practice habits that keep us mentally strong. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna reiterate that because I don't want people thinking that this is a self-righteous talk. It's not. It's not. It's not by any means. It's far from perfect. I'm far from perfect. This is an observation, is what I'm saying. People like to get stuff confused and they like to get in the comments sometimes and say stuff. I mean, I don't care. I want to hear people's perspectives. I want to hear people's comments. But, I think it's just important, that I come on here and share my perspective, right? Yeah, again, it's not easy out here. Like, I'm not just saying that. When I say that, I really mean it because I can point to things and tell you why it's not easy. I can point to the projects in the background and tell you that it's not easy, right? Seeing dudes smoking in your elevator or smoking in your staircase or smoking in your front lobby as you're trying to go to school and be an upstanding man, but you got guys that you can't really look up to in an environment where that's all around you. I can say that because I see it every day. Or I can say that the only food options, that's convenient or even affordable for a lot of people is to go to the McDonald's down the hill or the chicken spot right there or, the KFC or something that's unhealthy. And then to let off some steam from the week, we'll go and we'll hit the liquor store that's on because it's right there on the corner and get some liquor. All of which is not healthy for our body, right? So, I just have to get on here, kind of make that observation. It has been 26 years of staying mentally strong. And that's with all the pitfalls that I've made and all the mistakes that I've made. I haven't even shared all my mistakes with you guys. You guys don't even know about the stuff that I've been through. Recently, at least. So, and with that, I'm here to say that I'm still mentally strong and I'm still in my righteous mind and I'm still in the fight. With that being said, I think that's all I got for you guys right now, YouTube. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any topics or anything I said that stuck out. And with that, I'm out. Peace.